Chapter 7. Death by Diarrhea. Bear stopped Omar from drinking just in time. "We've no idea what's in the water," he said seriously. "Clear water doesn't mean clean water. There's a jungle full of bugs, poo, dead animals, parasites, you name it. And all of it could be in this stream," Bear told him. Parasites. A cool word. Just one upset stomach, just one attack of diarrhea can knock us right out the game. We have to lead with our brains first, remember? Omar nodded. "Out here, if you are sick and your body loses water, if you get dehydrated, then travelling in this heat and humidity would become nearly impossible. You see how one small sip can determine if you live or die." Omar turned pale at the thought of death by diarrhea. I didn't realise." "Being first won't do you any good if you're dead," Bear said. "The best way to be safe is to boil the water. But when we're on the move," and he pulled out a small bottle from his backpack with a smile and squeezed a couple of drops into the canteen. "Iodine," Bear said. "It'll make the water taste weird, but in a few minutes we'll have fresh, clean water to drink." After 5 minutes, the drops had done their work in the bottle, and Bear and Omar both drank from the bottle. Bear was right about the taste. Oh, it was terrible, and it smelt like a hospital. Oh, but it was clean. Omar was surprised when Bear called a halt soon after that in a clear space. "That was quick. There's still daylight left." "There is," Bear agreed, "but it's no good rushing on without thinking and then regretting it later. We have to make camp before it gets dark. In the jungle, once the sun goes down, it gets pitch black in minutes. We have to be prepared." "Like scouts?" Omar asked with a smile. "Be prepared, that's their motto, right?" Bear smiled. "Yeah, right." He looked around. "Look, there's useful bamboo here. And he pointed up. "See how thin the trees are up there. It means there's less chance of something falling on us during the night. So many jungle injuries happen that way, from falling dead wood. Crazy, eh?" Omar thought for a moment. "I suppose I thought the animals were the most dangerous thing in the jungle, not falling branches." "Well, the monkeys often disturb the branches and then the dead wood falls to the ground. So I guess in a way it's the animals and the wood." "So basically the whole place is dangerous," Omar replied. "I guess so. Unless you know how to handle the dangers, and you're learning, Omar. It's good." Omar smiled back at Bear. "And the thing about survival," Bear added, "is that we never stop learning. The jungle will always teach us a new lesson if we are calm enough, quiet enough, and curious enough to hear it." Bear pulled out his machete and lopped a branch off a bush. He handed it to Omar and pointed at the ground. "Now, first job is to sweep this bit of ground clear. Sweep up the leaves and sweep up the creepy crawlies with them, and then we sit or sleep there." While Omar swept, Bear built a fire. Underneath the rotting leaves on the ground, Omar was surprised to find clumps of leaves that were bone dry. The top layer had kept the rain off them. Bear made a small pile of these dry leaves and arranged sticks and logs on top. Then he struck together 2 bits of metal that he took off a chain from round his neck. Sparks flew, and the fire quickly started to burn. Next, Bear used his machete to sharpen a length of wood, which he stuck in the ground. Then he pulled the dead lizard out of his backpack and carefully cut its front open with the tip of the blade. On this page, year 3, just have a little look and work out why I'm pausing and where I'm pausing. You have to make sure you don't puncture the guts, or the acid just spills out and spoils everything. Bear stuck his hand in and worked it around a bit, before pulling out a lump of meat the size of a golf ball. It was smooth and dark rusty brown. "This is the liver," Bear said. "Very rich in iron and nutrients, and also pretty tasty once we've cooked it. Beats beetle grubs anyway." He skewered the liver on a sharp stick. "What else can we eat from the lizard?" Omar asked. "This." Bear set about slicing off the lizard's tail, cutting through the leathery skin. The tail came off with a few machete strokes. It's mostly meat, and the skin's almost fireproof. So we can cook the whole thing as it is. Then we'll just peel the skin off once it is cooked. Bear set the liver on a skewer over the flames and carefully placed the tail on top of the fire. It only took a few minutes for cooking smells to fill the air, and Omar's stomach started to rumble. "Will it take long?" Omar asked. "Patience, Omar. Before we can eat, we need to make somewhere to sleep, and for that we're going to need vine," Bear said. "Lots of it, like this." And he pulled at a vine that clung to a nearby trunk. It was smooth and as thick as his finger, and it reminded Omar of an electric cable. Omar couldn't see what Bear had in mind, but he got busy gathering up clumps of vine. He had to really yank it free of the trees, and soon his arms ached. He couldn't use the machete because Bear was attacking the bamboo with it. "You've seen scaffolding outside buildings?" Bear asked. "Well, bamboo is the scaffolding of the jungle. Light, strong, and straight." I like that. Light, strong, and straight. 3 adjectives there, comma, and. The bamboo grew higher than Bear's head, in knobbly poles that were as thick as Omar's arms. Bear chopped the poles into metre-long lengths, and he used Omar's vine to tie them together. First, he tied 6 pieces into 2 frames, shaped something like a giant letter A. The cross pieces were about 30 centimetres off the ground. "What are you making?" Omar asked. "This is going to be a sleeping frame. It'll keep us off the jungle floor, out of range of anything crawling or slithering, and it will keep us dry when it rains, which it will, believe me." By now, Omar had gathered all the vine that Bear needed, so Omar was put on cooking duty. He had to keep turning the liver and the tail so that they cooked evenly. The smell of cooking meat made him really hungry. Bear tied more vine around and round the 2 long bottom poles on the sleeping frame, and eventually made a loose, baggy net between them, out of vines, like a hammock. "Now can we—" Omar bit his tongue before he said eat, because he could see Bear wasn't finished. He almost squeaked with impatience. Patience, he remembered. Omar smiled to himself. If he had learnt anything on this journey so far, it was that he really didn't want to be lying on the jungle floor in the dark with those snakes and bugs around. He reckoned this was one job that was definitely worth doing properly and carefully. Bear cut bundles of long, thin palm leaves to lay down on the vine net. These are our mattress, so we can lie on the vines without them cutting into us. The last touch was to tie palm leaves along the top pole on the frame so that they hung down either side of it, like a roof. Omar looked at the leaves with interest. They weren't flat. They were shaped like V's, and Bear had set them all up so that they pointed downwards. Omar suddenly realised what they were for. To catch the rain. You got it! This is a rainforest, so that means rain. The water will run straight off and into these lovely, fresh water. Bear set his almost empty bottle at the end of one of the leaves, and he put chunks of hollow bamboo under the others. When it rained, they would fill up. Finally, Bear jammed the lump of termite nest onto a stick and set fire to it. Smoke from the burning termite poo drifted over their small camp. It was sharp and caught into the back of Omar's nose. That'll keep the bugs away, Bear said. Now, let's eat. I don't know about you, but I'm starving.